Hey guys, how's it going? So, in the last one, managed to get the very basic bulldoze ability sorted. It's very rudimentary at the moment. If I build a couple of items and click on bulldoze, you can bulldoze those items, switch back out bulldoze, and bulldoze them again. So it's very basic at the moment. So, for example, if I don't switch out of bulldoze, it's still in bulldoze at the moment. There we go. And if I keep this item selected and I go to bulldoze, it's there. It still looks like we're going to build something actually for bulldozing. So the aim of today is to add some UI feedback and also handle what to do when we switch modes and cancel stuff. So this is the kind of general layout of how it all works. So the request toggle bulldoze is called by the build widget, and that's it's the build ability that will actually control what is turned on and off. And the blueprint for the build widget, all it does is just call that request to toggle the bulldoze mode. Show you that quickly. So in our build widget, got our bulldoze button down here. All it does is just get the build ability and request to toggle the bulldoze. So then, so the build ability gets that method called. The build ability chooses what to do. So we take a look at the code here, checks the current build state and switches on that. It then broadcasts the on build state changed. So then the build widget is subscribed, well, it will be subscribed to that. It's kind of the plan today. And the build widget can do its same thing depending on what the current build state is. And we've got a little bit of work to do with handling what the build ability does depending on the state. So it'll broadcast that. If we are switching bulldoze on, we should deselect the selected item. We should pass the build state to the target actor. So we probably need to make a method on the target actor. And then the target actor can deal with the target reticle. So I'm thinking maybe having two separate target reticles, one for showing preview meshes and one for being in bulldoze mode. Might just be like a highlight circle or something. But the target actor is going to be responsible for highlighting bulldozable objects. So yeah, that's fine. So what I'll put, and then the other thing I want to take into consideration is how to handle cancel clicks. So what to do when we press the right button. So buildability gets the on cancel input released, which is up here. At the moment, all we're doing is just seeing if there's a selected item already, and we deselect the build item, or if it's already deselected, we cancel the ability. But now we want to take the bulldoze ability into account. So if we are in bulldoze, we're just going to switch back to build-in state. And then if we're in build-in state, we'll branch off of that. So if we're in build-in state and the item is selected, we'll just deselect the item. If we're in build-in state and there's no item selected, then we'll end the ability. So that'll cancel us out of build mode to go from there. So I'll incorporate that a little bit later. So the first thing I'll probably do is work on this bit, just to give us a bit of UI feedback for the build the bulldoze being switched on and off. So you're going to need a bulldoze sub-widget, and we'll make that in the editor. We'll need to add a pointer to that in the build widget, so the main build widget, and then that can have the functionality to turn that sub-widget on and off, and it will need to subscribe to this onBuildStateChanged delegate. So I'll create the bulldoze widget to begin with. It'll just be a sub-widget, and it'll really just be something very basic for now. Just needs to be some feedback, really. Bulldoze. Yeah, found it. Now. And this can literally just be, let's do order, to bold about that. Let's go. Let's go top. And later on, this can be where the effects can be. So if we want to make like a red surround or something. Okay, I'll do. And then just see how that will look in our build widget. Bulldoze. Okey-dokey. So it might not be exactly where we want it to be, but cross that bridge at some point. So what we want to be able to do now is in the graph editor, we want to be able to pick that sub bulldoze widget. And the way we're going to do that, in the build widget, under protected, we're going to want t sub class of, and it's going to be new user widget. Okay. And then use new property and then default set. That would probably just the case. And that should be fine. Then what we want is to have that built on construct. We take a look here. Just looking for the construct method. There we go. Alright, never mind. We'll just I was trying to have it so it would build it at the start and then just make it visible or not. And that should be okay. Let's create. Yep. Okay, bulldoze widget. Right, bulldoze widget. But so let's just make sure that's all good first. Make sure we can select that bulldoze widget. There we go. Now we can pick our widget blueprint bulldoze. Okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, we don't really want to keep on reconstructing the widget. It'd be better if we constructed that first, hidden, and just make it collapsed or not. Let's just see how I've done that in widget. No, not doing anything there. No. Okay. More than likely. Okay. So none of those do that. Never mind. So let's take a little look at all initialize. Okay, not initialized. Not sure if we can override this though. Let's see. Alright, let's just do it the sloppy way. So let's create the object pointer user widget. We'll optimize it later. For now, it's fine. Bulldoze widget. Widget. Okay. Widget. Widget. So check that the bulldoze widget class is valid. So that tells us if one's actually been selected in the editor. Construct the widget using the widget class. Store the pointer to it. And then add to it. Okay. Cool. we call that? Oh, wait. Bulldoze widget class. Before I forget, we just select that in the editor. Reselect it. Okay, so first let's check bulldoze widget class. Button and log an error message. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. Then we want to construct the widget. Just remember, because this isn't a HUD class, so it's probably going to be new object. Oh, yeah. So create widget. Class in type. Okay. So we need bulldoze widget class. Owner type. Not sure about that one. Yes. Bulldoze widget class static. Okay. No, I don't like that. Well, let's do a bit cheat. Yada yada yada. Yada yada yada. Oh, that should be it. Okay. And we want to store it to this bulldoze widget. Cool. Okay. Check that it's valid. Devlog message. Okay. And then finally, bulldoze budget. Add to view. Okay. Right. Straightforward enough. Hide the bulldoze budget. So we're going to do that between them. Okay. Then all we need to do is remove from parent. Cool. So finally, what we need to do, we need our build widget to subscribe to on build state changed. So let's first create a method for that. And we need to buildability, need to include build state. Can we forward declare it? Potentially. So enum e build state. Then that. Do that. Okay. So I can actually write that now. But we need to include it. Building build state. Okay. Then we should be able to switch on that. This build state building load those widget. Okay, right. Case e build state. What is? So we're going to receive that delegate and we'll switch on whatever the build state is. If it's building, we'll hide the bulldoze widget. If it's bulldoze, we'll show the bulldoze widget. This will also be our entry point if we want to do any other functionality when it changes. So if there's any sounds or anything, or visual effects, we could probably do that. Now the tricky bit is we now want to subscribe to it. This will be a good entry. So this is where we're given the pointer to the buildability to the build widget. So this is a good time to subscribe to it because we know the buildability will be valid at this point. So I put this, we'll try, yeah. So it's this delegate here, which passes that. You need to subscribe to that. First, you make sure it is valid. Otherwise, it will crash. Okay. Now we should be able to get that delegate. Buildability on build state changed. Dot add dynamic this and the build widget. What do we call it? On build state changed. Yeah. And that should be fine. And just to check. Well, see, let's just see. Okay, it's probably, let's move that to here. I like it. Okay, so it just didn't like having the enum forward declared. Let's try that now. So start again, go into build mode. Okay. Oh, that's why. So we need to make it a U function. Yeah, let's go about that. So this right here. There you go. So this here, because we're trying to do add dynamic, has to be a U function. So it has to have this there. Let's just check that now. That should be working now. So press B to go into build mode. Okay, let's cancel that. Bulldoze, there we go. Cool. So we're showing bulldoze mode enabled. And ooh. Okay, so it's not turning back off again, and we're not getting any events anymore. And it seems like this is covering these buttons because they're no longer being pressed. So what I think we'll do is just change this and it'll just be straight on top. In the middle. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, so it seems to have added it to the main UI because when we remove the build widget. Okay. Interesting. What we might want to do instead. Okay. Let's see. What we don't really want. We want to make it a child of this widget. Let's just see. Okay, so we need a container. Yeah, right, that's fine. Let's just add it to. Okay. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why that's been like that. Okay, so if I take this, okay, let's change this a little bit. So we'll add a container to this, and we'll have to override. We might make the show bulldoze widget and the hide bulldoze widget blueprintable. Then we'll just handle those in the actual editor instead. Yeah, I think that's a bit about way to do it. So just try to remember how to do that. So these are going to be moved to protected. And these are going to be new function blueprint yeah, let's go for that one. Which means we then temporarily get rid of that. So we need to change him, I believe, or just I could actually just get it to comment out there. Tools. Why? What do? Just remove that. Chuck this in there for a sec. Then we should be able to just override those in blueprints. And they should get called. Build widget. Should now be able to override show bulldoze widget and hide bulldoze widget. Okay. Let's just make sure that's working in bulldoze. bulldoze. Okay, cool. Right. Then what we can do instead is close this for a sec. We can actually just get rid of that, and also we don't need to, because we'll do it all in blueprint instead. That should actually be a bit easier. Okay. Turn. Yes. Let's do that for now. I'll do. Let's just make sure that. Yeah, okay. That's fine. So we're going to start with it turned off. So collapse to begin with. Then we want a make that variable. Okay. Well, set visibility. So collapsed. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Let's see that working. Cool. All right, sweet. Good. And the final thing we probably want to do is while we're at it, get a pointer to this for now. Yeah, build out a container. And we will simply hide and show that. Set visibility. Collapsed. Same thing here. Oh, cool. Great. Nice. Cool. Okay, cool. So we're now getting some UI feedback, which is allowing us to see when we're in bulldoze mode. And what we want to do next is start updating the target actor. At the moment, if we have an item selected and we're building, and now if I press bulldoze, we still have that item there, which shouldn't be there. So take a look at this. So we want to deselect the item, which will remove that mesh anyway. Then we'll call a method on the target actor, which we'll need to make. And the target actor should then deal with the target reticle, which will involve us creating a new target reticle. So let's probably call this build Actually, we'll just put the same on build state change. And that'll be called directly from the buildability, I reckon. Yeah. So we're done with the widget for now. Got our buildability and our target actor. Let's put our buildability to the side for a second. And we want this to be a public function because we're going to get the buildability to directly call this. Let's just give it the same signature. And we want to pass in the build state, so we need a pointer to that. And this is here in this folder, build state. State, build state. And we probably want to have the target actor store that. So we'll make a pointer to it. Okay. Okay. Then, so this will be where we do something with target vector on this. Then in our buildability, request toggle bulldoze. Let's have a little look at that. So yeah, let's just call out the should have a pointer to the target actor. Yeah, build in target actor. Okay. So first you make sure it is valid. Do an output log of it is invalid. Okay. And we'll just call that method target actor on build state and pass in build state. just for uniformity, we'll change in the target actor. Let's rename this to current build state. Just keep it the same. So that's the other thing we're going to do, deselect the item. But then we're calling that on build state changed on the target actor. Just wait for this to finish. Okay. So here you select build item. Cool. Okay. And then just make sure that's being called. Let's just print out a message. Where was it? Build state changed. Go to definition. Okay, let's print the message out here. Let's see. Okay, let's see if that's working. Ooh, nope. What's that? Yes. No. So because we're deselecting the item, that should already actually hide that preview mesh. So that's our build. And then the secondary action is probably going to have a second target reticle for bulldoze mode. So ideally we'll hide the building reticle, which will further remove that preview mesh. Right, let's see. So if I select an item and now press bulldoze, what? Wait, got that backwards. Oh, right. So wait. Cool. And I might make those separate functions. Now I'm in build mode. Switch to bulldozer and deselect save. Cool, good. So build a couple, go to bulldoze, and all good. Cool, okay, sweet. So that's fine. Was there everything I wanted to get done? Yeah, I wanted to see. So that's good. I wanted to see why the items are not highlighting when we're in bulldoze mode. And that's currently controlled by the target actor. Which is here. So we're setting an overlay material. Let's make sure that material is actually selected. And we'll also have to make sure we are actually using the blueprint version of that. So go to ability building the target actor. Yeah, so I've got that selected. And actually I'm pretty sure we are using this. Let's just double check. Yeah, okay. So we'll add screen debug message. Because the fact that the bulldozing is working means that we are actually getting here. So yeah, cache shape result. Get the actor. Get that. Yeah. Yeah, so it should be working. So switch to bulldoze. Yeah. So it's detecting the event correctly. Only other thing I can think of is we'll go here. Yeah, we're not putting a separate mesh on there. It is static mesh component. And that just inherits from a static item. So this here, use static mesh component. Okay. Potentially need it to be on the mesh itself. Let's see. Static mesh component. Get static mesh. Material. Nope. Why is this not working? Even if I try and actually set the material down straight away. Material. Even this wasn't working before. So yeah, I'm really not sure why that's not working. So if we go to build mode, run mode. Okay, go to bulldoze mode. Oh, it's working. Okay, cool. All right. So what we then need to do is actually remove that material. So that's cool. How we're going to do that? So probably going to be last highlighted. So we probably want to store a pointer to this as like the last hit actor. Then see this one with us using set material. You don't actually want to do that because that's overriding the actual meshes material, which is not good. All right. So for now, let's take that. T weak object pointer. A build item. Don't think we've got. So class a build item base. Okay. Last. Okay. Build item. Then when we do this, let's store that. Okay. Then probably want to do it up here. Remove that overlay. Okay. I'll just set that to not pointer. So, T with object pointer, API static item. Yeah. Well, okay. So, what are we doing? So we're getting a build actor, setting an overlay material, the bulldoze overlay material. We're storing that actor. Then when we next come around, should probably put that in here. So when we next loop around, if we have the valid last hit build item, we'll clear that overlay. So the only thing we need to do now is figure out why this isn't working. Let's just run it again to see if it is going to work. Yeah, why is that not working? Let's overlay materials. Right, let's double check that then. Presumably in static mesh. Need to enable. Check that the material is to be used as no. Um, let's take a look at the master. Create a translucent material and assign it to the overlay material slot. Okay. Let's go. Make this red. And make it translucent. Okey-dokey. Okay. Let's see. Nope. No. Hmm. So I've got a valid overlay material. Static mesh component is valid. Yeah. So why is it not working? Okay, so overlay material max draw distance. Maybe. Let's detach. Right, let's try doing this manually here. So now let's just make this random like that. Okay. Material bulldoze. Right, let's give it a base material. Okay. Okay, so why is that not working? Hmm. Let's do a nanite. Right. Oh yeah, that's working now. Okay, hold on. Alright. Cool. Okay, so it's a problem with nanite. Huh, cool. Alright. So what was that? Stato disallow nanite. Disallow nanite. Let's go here. Right on. So now let's remove this. Get rid of that. And yep, and give it up. Put back to stock. So yeah, so it's back to having its original material. Go to bulldoze mode and it highlights. And it unhighlights it as well. Oh, good. Alright, sweet. So that's working fine. Let's just put a note. Yeah. Alrighty, so now we're passing on the state change to the target actor, and the target actor is now aware of the current build state, which I think we are storing. We take a look at build state changed. Yeah, so it's doing split here. Cool, good. So I think 1 hour and a half. Yeah, let's leave it there for today. So managed to achieve most of what I wanted to get done today, which is just making the feedback a little bit better. Still a little bit of work to do. Next step will be to add the new target reticle, add placeholder sound effects, or places where we can add sound effects, and the other thing I haven't actually done yet is properly handle the cancel. So what to do when we right click, so moving out of the bulldoze. I'll save that for next time. That's a good start. Cool. So yeah, thanks for watching.